Good morning, internet, and what a beautiful morning it is. We actually have clear skies again after a few days of heavy downpour again, with some flooding, which many of you are experiencing at the moment as well. My best wishes goes out to everybody that's struggling in the flooding right now. I hope everybody's safe and well. Have I become entangled with thorns? Where was I? So for anybody that's been following my story so far, you'll know that I've just reached the point of losing 3 stones, 1/3 of my total goal of 9 stones. And I've achieved this in less than 8 weeks. End of 7 weeks, I was half a pound short, and I have checked and I am now past the 3 stone mark. But I'll do the full weight reveal on Saturday's video again. Quite a few people have been asking exactly what it is that I do and how I've managed to achieve such results in such a short space of time. Some have even speculated that I'm taking injections or medication for weight loss or whatever, which I can assure you now that's not the case. In fact, you will see on some of my previous videos I mentioned that it's not just about the weight loss, but it's cleansing my body and detoxing myself and reducing inflammation and healing myself naturally. And none of this is done with weight loss tablets or injections or whatever people may do. So I've been having a think while walking about how I'm going to approach this video today and trying to explain exactly how it is that I've managed to have such great results. So far, 2.5 kilos lost. Yeah, 5.5 kilos so far, so what's that, 12 pounds? So 2 pounds away from losing my first stone in 2 weeks. Another week later, another 2.4 kilos lost. So that in total now is 9.5 kilos. So 1.49 stone, so call it 1.5 stone. So 4 weeks, 1.5 stone lost. So weight loss this week. Sadly my lowest week so far. Only 1.5 kilos lost this time. I have got the final weight for this week, so I've lost exactly 4 kilos in this last week. This week is actually 2.9 kilos or 6.4 pounds. So my total weight loss so far is 2.95 stone. That's 18.73 kilos in 7 weeks. So again, for anybody that has been following my channel, I mean, you can see that I've been out exercising. Exercise has been a key part of this, and it's something I've done consistently since I started this journey. And I have explained on a couple of occasions in previous videos now that I am fasting as well, and that I've had a fasting routine which I've increased upon. None of this, by the way, what I've chosen to do for my weight loss journey is necessarily endorsed by anybody or recommended. I've just picked up information myself, learnt about fasting, looked more into the food I'm eating, decided what things I shouldn't eat. You know, so it's not a specific routine or a set plan. So anybody watching my weight loss journey, don't think that it is come recommended, but on how I've done it. In fact, a couple of bits I'll explain later where I've probably jumped in with both feet when I could have made a steadier progression. So yes, I have had fasting in my diet routine. Alongside the fasting, I've just put together my own, what I believe, healthy, balanced diet. Foods that will help me burn fats rather than burn sugars, to help me maintain my energy levels and weight loss. Now, when you put all these together, yes, the exercise that I'm doing and have stepped up and the challenges that I'm setting myself, of course, play an important part in it. Not to mention that just being outdoors and exercising is great for the mind as well as the body. Well, it certainly has for mine. I hope people can see during each episode as well that, I mean, I'm just growing in confidence, I'm feeling more energetic, I'm feeling a better state of mental health. So yeah, the exercise has played a massive part in this, and alongside the dieting and the fasting, which has really helped my body and help with the cleansing and again help with the weight loss, you know, it's a great combination. But is this really how I lost the weight? I don't believe so, no. I mean, yes, these are tools, these are great tools that I've used to help me achieve my goals, but they alone won't help me lose my weight. Now, I've been putting shit. Now, I've been putting weight on for 15 or more years now, and the more the weight's gone on, the more I wished it was off. I wanted it off, but I never wanted it off enough. I'd spend time in the gym, have success in the gym, but I'd put the weight back on again. I tried different diets. Some diets would work, some didn't even do anything at all. To be honest, a lot of that was down to me and willpower, because I might have been doing well on the diet, but I was a sucker for Greggs. Yeah, I couldn't really pass Greggs without buying something. I think at some point I probably had shares in the place. And if you can't tell, pastries is my Achilles heels. Sweet things have never bothered me, so cutting sugars out of my life has not been an issue. But yeah, pastry was my Achilles heel. So why now? Why is it after 15 years of putting weight on that now I have the momentum and the drive to lose this weight to an extent that I can lose 3 stone in less than 8 weeks? Well, it was a trigger for me. I call it hitting the wall. As I said, I've been trying for a long time for a long time I've not been happy about my weight. My knees have been suffering now since COVID. It took quite a while now, and the pain's been getting worse. But still, it was not enough. And then about 8 weeks ago, I went to see a specialist about the pains in my knees and whether I needed surgery or steroid injections or what might take place. During the consultancy, he informed me that he wouldn't be considering surgery right now because he didn't believe that that was the best thing for me. They are looking at doing injections for me, which obviously wear off just to help, but the best thing I can do is to help myself. And in his actual words, the best thing you can do for yourself is to deal with your BMI. Now, I don't know what it was or why that sentence struck such a chord, but that sentence was life-changing for me. I realized at that moment that I didn't need medical help. As he said, surgery wasn't going to fix me, or it wasn't the best thing for me. I was the one harming myself. And enough was enough. 9 stone overweight, out of shape, 2 knackered knees. Not anymore. Had enough. We start again. And at that same moment, I just had, call it a light bulb moment, an epiphany, whatever you want, a good kick in maybe. But at that same moment, I realized that it wasn't about losing weight. It wasn't enough to want to lose weight. I had to want to change. I had to change my wholesome mindset towards food, towards my body, towards health. Things that I had taken for granted and ignored for years. This is nothing new. We all know mostly what foods are good for us and what foods are bad for us. We all know we should be exercising, we should be out doing more, but we don't. And I'd fallen into that trap big time. And I don't use the word big lightly. I mean, to be 9 stone overweight, as I said in my very first video, that was the next thing that really hit home for me, was nearly having to lose the weight of my wife to be back to my ideal weight again. I mean, how ridiculous is that? And that was why I just had this urge and drive and momentum to want to change. I put it down to 4 things. I'm not saying this is going to work for everybody or anybody. For me, this is the 4 key things, the key principles that made me achieve what I've achieved so far and what I intend to continue happening until I've gotten rid of the remaining 6 stone that I've set myself to lose. So for me, step 1 is want to change. Not want to lose weight, want to change. And not, I'm going to put this politely, not wanting to half-ass it. Not wanting to do a little job. If you want to make this sort of change, this sort of commitment, you've really got to want to do it. And I've seen and heard of many people doing the same thing. And trust me, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Honestly, I was Greg's best customer in the whole of the county. I genuinely, for the first time in years, felt hungry for this to happen. I wanted change in my life. I wanted to get out and explore things. I'm in my early 50s now. I've got young grandchildren growing up that I want to see grow up and become adults and live a good lives themselves. I have a wife that I want to spend as much as my life together, as long a life together as I can. I have a body that I've abused and I want to look after again now. And I want to make up to it for all the things I've done. I was hungry for change. So, step 1 of my 4 steps for me, step 1, you have to be hungry for change. Not weight loss, change. On to the next step. So as I've already said, exercise is going to play a big part in this as well. I don't believe you can do it on diet alone, or you can do it on exercise alone. I think it's a combination of both. But, you know, let's be honest, 9 stone overweight, I'm not in great shape. So that was going to be more of a challenge for me than the dieting and the fasting, because it's just getting going again and strengthening those muscles that haven't been used in a long time, pushing through pain and having to push through down days and low days where the old demons try and kick in and they say, no, don't get out of bed this day, or don't get out the sofa. Why go out in the rain when it's chucking it down, when you can be all snug and warm in the house? Yeah, many demons. I knew that I was going to have to find an activity to help me lose weight that I was really passionate about that I was excited about, that I wanted to get up and go and do. And I think that's really important. If you love gyms, great, get in that gym and work your butt off day in, day out. If you like swimming, whether it's in a pool or in a river or whatever, get the cosy on, get down there and start doing it. If like me, you just love the outdoors in general, I don't care whether I'm walking and hiking or canoeing or camping or whatever, I just love being in the outdoors. And the more I'm doing it again, the more I'm passionate about it. The more I want to go and see more, the more I want to explore. It falls in line with goal 3, start loving life. So for me, step 2 is to find an activity that inspires you, an activity you have passion or excites you. If you don't do that, then you haven't got the sustainability. And if you can't sustain it and you don't start losing the weight like you want to, then those demons are going to start knocking on that door again and you get stuck in that cycle again. So yeah, step 2, very important. Enjoy your exercise. The next step is nutrition. For me, that meant research, research, research. I'm in my early 50s now and I'm learning more about nutrition and food and my body and a healthy body and a healthy mind. I'm learning more now in my 50s than on those subjects than I've learned my entire life so far. I've been learning what foods are good for what things, what foods are particularly good for my body, what's a superfood. Honestly, I thought superfood before I started learning this was a sausage roll, but yeah, I had a lot to learn about digestion, about what things are good for inflammation and reducing inflammation, all sorts of things. And I truly believe as well that even though step 1 and step 2 were fantastic for starting my journey, I don't believe in any way, shape or form that I'd have been successful in achieving what I have without step 3. And you know what, step 3, same as the first 2, it never stops. I'm always happy to read something new, learn something new, try out a new idea. But you do have to put the time in. Well, there's nothing like a nice idyllic spot with the gentle hum of a freight train in the background. Love it. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, put the time in, research what food works for you to sustain it. I've been experimenting with different foods, different meals, expanding my tastes. Now I've been fortunate that I've always been able to pretty much eat anything. I love all food, which was part of my issue. But I found new foods and I found new ways of eating my foods to make it healthier. And my taste buds are definitely changing, and my digestive system is changing as well. And how it works and how it's responding is definitely changing as well as a result of it. And so the final step, step 4, commit to the long haul. I'm having fantastic results right now. I'm losing kilo after kilo and the weight's really falling off. But I know that the more I lose weight, the harder it's going to start to be to come off. I've lost a third of my 9 stone goal in the first 7-8 weeks. I mean, it's amazing. But I still believe that losing the entire 9 stone could very well take me the full 12 months that I've given myself as the challenge to try and do this. You know, those last couple of stone, I'm sure, are really going to be a lot harder to get off than the weight is coming off right now. I know it's not going to be an overnight success, and even when I finally lose all the weight I want to lose and I get to my target weight, it's not going to end there. I'm going to have to continue to maintain what I'm doing. Not that I don't want to. I mean, I'm happier and healthier now than I've been in a long time, but it is something that I need to commit to always doing if I wanted to sustain this and if I want to keep living this way. Let's not forget, the journey has 3 goals. Weight loss is only one of them. We know there's a trip at the end of 12 months. That's goal 2. And goal 3 was just to start loving life. And that's what half of my journey has been about as well, getting out and experiencing new things, doing things I've never tried before, or just didn't have the bottle to try. To everybody out there that's struggling or working through your own demons, just know that you are strong enough, you can do it, you are important, and you are loved. And to everybody else out there, much love. As always, have a beautiful day.